we're back here in the city server, and one of the new things that has been put here is a brand new hospital. Now granted, it does not serve every possible need, but it's a basic hospital and we just want enough just to open it. So you go down this long windy road because this is the only parcel of land in the immediate downtown area that was available, and this was the easiest access point. And here we have it, the hospital itself. And we'll do a quick tour of the building. As you can see, we have signs telling you not to build here because there's plans to expand it. We'll look at one of those a little closer. Even took care of this area, but apparently not enough. And I always get this question, so I'll answer it now. The reason why us ops have creative is to keep the resources free for the regular players, plus the infrastructure is extremely difficult to keep up in survival. And we got a block here, I don't know what it was for. Hospital property do not build, we will demo it. Anyway, that's the signs, it's all over the place. Should put one in the back. So here's the hospital. As we come around, this is where we enter. Got a nice little entryway over here. Oh, and I'm also recording at 30 frames per second. I always recorded at 15 because when I did, there used to be a quote-unquote low gear in YouTube where if it were serving a lot of bandwidth, YouTube would dumb down the frame rate to 15. Now they just dumbed down the video quality. So anyway, here's the lobby, sort of. I've been in some lobbies where they try to beautify it to make people feel a little more at ease. So here's the lobby, you got flower pots along the top to kind of give it a little interest. Detailed ceiling, couple of fake waterfalls there. And we have quote-unquote elevators to the patient rooms. We'll get to that a little later. And over here we have the cafeteria. It's the first thing you see when you go through the door. By the way, we didn't see the... This is what it looks like from this side. Try to make it look all fancy. And that's kind of a Minecraft limitation. If I took that out, then the floors above would look wonky. So, might as well keep a slightly inconspicuous area looking a little strange. Alright, we're here in the cafeteria, and this is just like a real cafeteria in a hospital. Open at ridiculously low hours, and pretty much nothing there. Although in the real world they have pre-packaged stuff. And here we have hospital salad bar because you are too fat. And it's filled with all sorts of yummy vegetables and fruit. We all know and love fruits and vegetables. And here's the sitting area. And over here, oh, someone left the door open, not that it matters. Here's the trash/recycling bins. And the hoppers look best. Now this area is supposed to look like something was here, hence this unfinished look. And that it got removed and nothing ever was fixed about it. And out here we got an outdoor seating area. As you can see, we got lights there. If I set the time late, yeah, you're fairly well lit, but still you could have monsters come and kind of ruin your fun. So that's that. Now to tour the hospital. We'll go through this area that used to be something but is nothing. Alright, here's the receptionist area. Come in. Yeah, the first area I built was this wing, delivery room, X-ray, and MRI. Employees only. This is the quote-unquote emergency elevator and stairway. The stairway's not emergency. It just points that there's an emergency exit there. Kind of slightly confusing. There's a delivery room. We'll go in there a little bit. The expecting parents... Oh, running by mistake. They go here, they sit down, wait for the newborns to come, and they get put in here. And the expecting room, well, you know, the delivery room, here are the, here's where they lay down, and of course, here, clean up the babies, put them in the cauldron beds, emergency exit. So that's what we got here, and a very uneven, yeah, sometimes, yeah. Okay, something is a little off in design here. Actually, yeah, it is. Just slightly. There. Every now and then I still find something a little off in this. So we got that. Now we have X-ray and MRI. Nothing really funny here. Notice all the exterior glass is blue to kind of give it that... You know, it's just to give it that look of... You know, that fancy glass that they have in on office buildings. Magnetic resonance imaging. Here you go. You sit or lay in that thing. There are all the pretty little buttons and controls. X-ray machine. Stand behind the curtain while you get probed with a bunch of X-rays. Need some file cabinets or something back there. Anyway, this was a 10-day project. This is merely just a corridor to get there. And to get to the second floor, it's a little bit haphazard. Those don't serve the second floor, but this stairwell and quote-unquote ladder elevator do. So here we are on the second floor. Ladder elevator comes out there. And here we are, patient rooms, the stairway access, then surgery and visitors waiting room. Here's the consultation area. You really don't want to be in here. Yeah, that high efficiency glass back in the 70s and 80s kind of had a bluish tint to it. That's what that's supposed to replicate. Downside is it's blue inside as well. Pre-op. That's where they're... And this is the emergency ladder elevator, which serves all the floors, you know, in case somebody's in dire straits. Alright, there we go here. Now we go into the operating rooms. Operating room 1. You get the idea. All of them look like this. Same thing. Just like a real operating room, lots of empty space. Or at least the one time I was in an ER, they had a lot of empty space. And the head surgeon, well, I bet you can tell what the record here is by that name, if you know who he is. And there's the head surgeon. Emergency exit and stairs. Again, that's more of a pointing out there's an emergency exit along with the stairs right there. Alright, so that's what's on this side of the building. Let's go on the other side. a bit more. Pharmacy, phys ed, human resources, cashier, and the laboratory. Of course, we have the conference room for all the bigwigs. And again, same thing on this side. Emergency elevator on that side. Emergency exit stair combo on that side. Here's the pharmacy. Simple enough. Don't need anything that big. And here's everybody's favorite part of the hospital, the cashiers, where you fork over pretty much you pretty much sacrifice your soul at this point. And that's the emergency exit for that. Physical therapy, pretty simple. It's a room with some PE mats, seating. Emergency exit and stairs. We'll use those to go up the next floor. Same reference, just to show that things are not exactly the best here. And all the rooms look like this. Bed and table. Of course, I did not use the normal Minecraft bed because you know that they don't typically use beds in high turnover rate areas. Okay, so we'll use this emergency exit and stair. Human resources, file cabinets, and human resources. Nothing that complicated. Patient records will go in a little further. And this is where the ladder elevator meets the stairs, pretty much. And it's stairs to the 3rd floor, which the sign is missing. More stairs. While we're live, let's take care of that. There. Fix them as we go. Here's the laboratory. They do all their wonderful experiments. Pretty simple. Then we go over here. We have the chapel. Pretty basic looking room. Depending on the hospital, depends on whether they're basic like this or they're really complicated. Release of information, yes, that's a real thing. And here's the office that determines that. And we'll shut the door here. And here are the patient records, death records. You can see the hospital does not have the best of track records. In fact, here's the survivors, as I shall call them. And stutter. So I believe we're showing everything here. It is a little bit twisty. And shut these. Alright. That's that. Now we do patient rooms. Now we're not going to do too much touring of this, because most of them are all pretty much the same. Intensive care is located on level 3. That's level 3. Here's level 4. Well, I didn't really need to go all the way, but why not? You have stairs on the opposite side. And like I said, all the rooms are the same. Nothing's different, so we're just going to look at 2. This is a standard room. This is one of the larger rooms. It's because the emergency stair and elevator location is here, so there's no access point for a door to get to these rooms, so it's one large one. I've seen that done in real life. Also on the 3rd floor, there's sort of a larger... Yeah, we'll let the time go. I know the sun's setting. there's larger rooms on this side as well. Sort of similar. In fact, that's probably the only thing different between the floors. Yeah, it's on this side actually. Because of the stairs that come up to the 3rd floor, there's again no way for a door to be put there, so we have rooms like this. Same thing on the other side, opposite configuration. And then on the very top, because this is such a classy, top-notch hospital, not one, but 2 heliports. And it's not because they come from all over to be treated here. It's more for people getting out of here. They're in dire need of care at another location, because the physicians in charge here have a horrible record. So that's what we got here. And I don't know how this 30 frames per second thing is gonna turn out. And if it's overly bloated, this will be the only time I do it. I notice I've seen when people do 30 frames per second, their frame rates actually get better in play. And no, I have not seen that. I'm still topping out at 90. In fact, if I go to 15, I can hit $1.05. That's the way Fraps is. We're not done quite yet. Here's how it looks at night. You got the hospital logo, well, the famous Red Cross, lit up really well. Same on the other side, which I'll show you quickly. There's the cafeteria again, and there you have it, lit up well. There's not much to see here, because it's kind of like the real McCoy. This is the ER. There's a sign over there. We'll look at it a little later. Then here's a turnaround point. This is the ER. And we got our Alpha at the drive-in pricing range here. Yes, we do have that in the hospital. And then this is backdoor entry to an area I never finished. Well, what do you know? This is the triage area. There's supposed to be beds in here, and I totally forgot to do that. So here I am thinking I finished this a while ago. I didn't. And then from here, you either go the emergency surgery, which is the second level up this emergency ladder elevator, just to prove my point. There you go. There's the surgery. And again, this goes through all the floors, same routine. And non-emergency, a room that I never actually finished either, but there's supposed to be a few stations in here as well. So yeah, I thought I actually finished this, but I kind of rushed it a little too much. You get the idea. So for the most part, that's the... Okay, now I'm getting turned around in my own building here. Like I said, it is a little twisty. So that pretty much is the hospital. Finished as I thought it was, but apparently isn't. Here you go. Emergency room. Emergency room. And that'll be it for this, video series. Now, of course, as I think things up and decide to add different wards, there'll be additions to this. So this is going to get a lot bigger. And this was the 30 frame per second trial, which it held 90 a lot more often than it does at 15, but see how everything goes. And also I tried a new color. Yeah, I tried a new color format because the drivers changed and got updated, and everything was even more yellow than before. So, I don't know if I overcompensated or not. That's it. Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.